World's Edge pretty early on, and we're actually going to be watching the point of view of Na'Vi, and I wanted to touch on Na'Vi, this lineup. There's been a lot of player changes. There's been chopping and changing over the last couple of seasons, but it seems like finally now they've found this roster that has the capability to win tournaments. They are leading the lobby in damage at the moment, the only team at the moment to break 15,000 damage done so far in the tournament.
We have seen the fact that Na'Vi, with that drop spot, they are going to be at least in an advantageous position that they can rotate towards Thermal. Do know that Alliance dropped Thermal as well, and Alliance are pretty much down and out in those leaderboards, Mark, so they're going to be looking to try and pick up KP.
Yeah, they are at the moment. They've only got 11 points on the board, which is obviously disappointing for Alliance fans, but who knows? One big game from them and they could put themselves back into contention, although it would have to be a monstrous game. Cooler now moving their way through Harvester on their quick rotation, as they're famously known for. They're in a pretty good position as well. They're one of the chasing pack at the moment, Dan. About 9 points off of hitting of 50 to join the teams that we currently have. So a semi-decent game here from Cooler, and like you're saying, it could be a case of the two players we were mentioning. When Strafey went over to Na'Vi, and there was that exchange, that breaking up of the teams, they went their separate ways. All of a sudden, they could both be in contention to become the EMEA playoff champ. As you can see, of that second circle that's lit up by the beacon. So that's going to be kind of prime real estate, and this is where the fight is going down at the moment. Nessie on one of those teams who are involved. Nessie who need 3 points to get onto match point themselves, and they're being pushed by New Esports, who are currently on match point. So one of our teams here, who has that 50-point threshold in their favor, is trying to take out one who is chasing them at the moment. New Esports, Roger Bodge are going to go down. It all falls to Kashira now, and for New Esports, things are just falling apart here. Kashira has to do something magical. He will be eliminated. Yeah, and they're getting harassed at the moment. You can see third party trying to come in. Alliance also trying to feed on the scraps that are left over from that initial battle, and good shots here from Hacky, so going to break some shields but not get any knocks. 0-0's going to be in the feed and finishing it off, Mady. So, I mean, big moments as far as the tournament overall is concerned in just a few moments of this game.
This choke point is just where everyone seems to reside at the moment, and Alliance are looking to get aggressive to pick up some of this KP that they so desperately need. Totem is down so they can utilize it and get aggressive like they would like to, but it's not proving too easy for them because there's nades coming from different directions. Both Na'Vi and Alliance really wanting to get involved in this scrap, but Na'Vi, of course, don't need to. So they're just sitting back and they're just firing from a distance at the moment, whilst Alliance just need to keep away from them.
Amazi's kind of overlooking tree here and just checking their back and making sure that that's clear. There's no one late rotating on them, and they've got all of this area to play at the moment.
Crypto ult is going to be popped onto Kick Esports. It means they're going to have to engage here and take this fight, but it looks like Densei is going to get taken down. And a lot of teams just scrapping in this particular chokehold. And you're right, there is a lot of vantage points that we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of teams that are just residing in those chokes, which is why I'm entirely surprised that Flavor of the Month were able to sneak through. It looked like there was going to be no way that they could find a safe passage, but we have to congratulate them, really, for being able to find a successful way in.
Kick have managed to find their way inside of the circle as well. However, Seaback is going to have to pop a bat, and so is Densei as well. As you can see, they're being pressured at the moment. That team is trying to push on them. The Arcstar indicator isn't going to hit, but it's going to initiate the push for this team as well. Gibby's going to come in and he's going to do damage. Densei's going to drop Jakku, last player alive. Gibby 1v1 in this situation. Spray is not going to find its target. And it was once again Third Impact who come in, but then another third party comes in, and that's not the first time that we've seen Third Impact almost wiped immediately, having won a fight.
Yeah, Top Dogs were actually the team that came out top trumps in that particular fight, and they were the ones that were getting pushed by Kick, so they did very well to just reel themselves out of that fight and then wait for the perfect moment when Third Impact had come in for the third party. As Gambit Esports have found themselves in residence, it's going to be just on the edge of this circle, Mark, so they don't have to move just yet, but they probably need to be thinking about where this next circle is going to be. But of course, they can gatekeep all of these teams that are trying to push towards them here, the central side of Thermal.
Ooh, great shots as well coming in from Hardeki. I mean, it almost goes without saying sometimes. Great shots from Hardeki. The sky is also blue. You can see Alliance, unfortunately, IPM was knocked. However, the Gibby bubble will go down, and they'll have the ultimate as well, just to create enough space to make sure that they can get that comfortable res off. And look at this Na'Vi trying to maybe get a little bit aggro onto Flavor of the Month with that portal, but it looks like a second thought came in from Na'Vi. They don't want to take that portal right now because they can see that Flavor of the Month, they occupy this area.
Keep it dropped down.
Loves, it dropped into lava.
But they got, yeah, there's a new team there, so yeah.
Oh my god, you fucking jump! Be careful, please.
He died here.
I'm watching here. Maybe kills.
Maybe it kills you.
Crack one.
Look at this.
Oh, I crack only one guy. Fuck. I crack him. It's a mic kill if you hit him once.
Where?
Over here.
Marking. Oh.
No,
There's a lot
so
of
We're
there.
good. We're in zone. We're in zone.
They
Popping my
Popping.
last bed. I have nothing.
Ending
Popping my
on this
last.
one, I think, no? Yeah, it should be this here.
TP on us.
Right.
That's a...
Team pushing here. Cracked one. Almost knocked one.
Bloodhound low. Cracked
I
him.
have no vision.
So the Kraber not quite hitting the way that maybe Na'Vi wanted it to. A few body shots, but no knocks, no KP for them. And you can see they're not sure. Do they want to push? Do they want to commit? Do they want to play for KP? It's a difficult situation to find themselves in. But while all of this is going on, Alliance have managed to sneak their way through to a safe position here, Dan.
Yeah, Na'Vi don't need to commit to anything. They said their meds are pretty low, as it's going to be Alliance who do have to commit to something. And it's Gambit. They're on the receiving end of it as well. Haki's going big with the Eva 8. And I think that may have been the wipe onto Gambit. And that is not good news for them. Alliance, however, starting to heat up a little bit in their home territory here.
So now we have Na'Vi and Flavor of the Month, the last two teams alive that are still on match point. New Esports and Gambit both eliminated. And Flavor of the Month at the moment just kind of watching all of the carnage go on around them. I'm sure they're loving what they're seeing in that kill feed. And I tell you what, we'll find out for ourselves. We'll jump into a listening now with one of the teams still on match point. Flavor of the Month.
De är inte i. Du måste döda dem här bara. Spela inte för aggro. Spela inte dumt aggro. Knock satan! Ett HP, Horizon! Hoppa förbi. Döda. Akta runt om nu.
Akta Kraber-toppen.
Spela här.
Toppen kommer att fokusera oss nu, de vet vart vi är.
Det är två lag där på den sidan.
Men det är två lag. Ett lag under.
Jag kommer scanna framåt här. Inga under. Kanske där under.
A huge moment in the context of this game. Flavor of the Month winning that team fight, Dan, but almost as importantly as well, avoiding the Kraber shot that came from Na'Vi, who are still up on top of the central structure.
We've just got two opposite situations at the moment. Na'Vi who are just chilling up top, and Flavor of the Month who have to just slowly creep their way into the next circle. 789 in a spot of bother at the moment as well. Shield cells will come out, and two of them are still up. Maybe they could pop the res here, but there is a team right opposite, just firing through the holes of the grate right now, hoping to hit shots.
789 who need 8 points as it stands to put themselves on match point at the moment. They're just trying desperately to survive. Tashin's body might provide some extra meds for...
Stu was bleeding out, and looks like they might be able to get it off, which they will, and then bubble is possible for them, so they can reset here, 789. They need to start thinking about moving for this next circle, as do Flavor of the Month, one of our teams on match point, and they are doing some damage on those teams that are coming towards them here. They don't need the KP, but of course, any people out of the lobby means they are closer to picking up this victory. We're down to 7 squads. One of them's Na'Vi, one of them's Flavor of the Month. Are we going to find our winning team here?
So Flavor of the Month have managed to get a wonderful position for this end game as well. Most importantly for them, they cleared out the team that was on the high ground. The two teams that were fighting just a few moments ago. And now Na'Vi, they make their move in on the bubble. It's all up to Nesh here, but 303 Esports will wipe them. And now Flavor of the Month are the only team left in the lobby who could get this job done right now.
They don't want to bring too much attention to themselves. They don't want to be the focus point. As soon as they get a knock, they'll give that information to every other team as to where they currently are and where they're going to be pushing from. And it is likely teams would try and gang up on them, but some big shots coming out from Taylor. 789 will lose one member. Flavor of the Month in a good position here, Mark.
But 303 overlooking all of this that's going down at the moment. This ring pull could be absolutely massive as well, and teams will be forced to engage once again.
This is Alliance's home territory. This is where they drop. They know it like the back of their hands. So I'm sure they'll be feeling somewhat confident in this final fight as the portal from Cooler comes out to make the rotation just before this circle moves in. And it is starting to make its way in. How are Flavor of the Month going to manipulate and maneuver their way through this zone?
The only issue here for Cooler is they don't have the bubble to work with. They don't have a Gibraltar. And you can see that Yuki has gone down on Caustic as well. Naski has managed to stay alive, as has the Wraith player of Sir Del. Alliance now making their move to try and finish off those 2 kills. One more player alive here for Cooler Esports. But now this is the magic moment. Flavor of the month making their move in down.
And it's absolutely perfect because all the other 3 teams have been scrapping, they've been taking damage, they've been trying to heal up. Flavor of the Month are just watching on and they've taken direct centre of this circle. This could be the moment that they win this tournament, but they just have to play it successfully. They have to be patient here, Mark.
Shots are coming in here from Taylor, just backing off smartly. Defensive bombardment's going to be going down all around. Flavor of the Month, they know this could be their moment as another player is going to be challenging. Flavor of the Month deal with it, and now the entire lobby is trying to jump on these 3 players who are so close to calling themselves the Winter Circuit Playoff Champions. Pierre going to pump the battery. He's got the Mastiff in hand as well. He's got an Octane in front of him. This is all coming down to these final shots as Flavor of the Month move in. One more player alive for them to deal with. Can Flavor of the Month get it done? There's a player coming out of nowhere and not in a 1v1 to win playoffs here for Flavor of the Month. Oh! Done! Oh my god, Flavor of the Month! Noth! You animal!
Well, let's take a look at what that fun translates to in numbers with our Game 6 results. Gang, we could have gone much longer here. We knew we had the talent in this lobby, but we went to a game number 6, and that is where Flavor of the Month pulled it out. And Tom, looks like they did exactly what you said. They went for placement. They did not continue. Listen, 8 kills is nothing to shake a stick at, but let's be clear. Let's take a look at those overall results and find out.
And look at all the teams that are about to hit 50 points, Kate. If Flavor of the Month doesn't win that, imagine the rest of the points going to a team like 79, Cooler, NCD. So now we were looking at possibly 8 teams going on there when Flavor of the Month was the first team to go and hit that threshold.